Recitation of the Amitabha Sutra by Dr. Carlos Orius.
Verse for opening a sutra. The unsurpassed, profound, and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of eons. I now see and hear it, receive and uphold it, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. Thus I have heard. At one time, the Buddha was staying in the Jeta Grove monastery of Anathapindika's garden at Sravasti, together with a large assembly of 1,250 monks, all great arhats, well known to the people. Among them were the great disciples, such as the elders Shariputra, Mahamaugalyayana, Mahakasyapa, Mahakatyayana, Mahakaustila, Rebata, Sudipantaka, Nanda, Ananda, Rahula, Gabampati, Pindula Bharadvaja, Kalodayin, Mahakapina, Bakula, and Aniruddha. He was also accompanied by many bodhisattva mahasattvas, such as Dharma Prince Manjushri, Bodhisattva Ajita, Bodhisattva Sweet-Smelling Elephant, and Bodhisattva Constant Endeavor, and by innumerable devas, including Shakra, Lord of the Gods, and many others. Then the Buddha said to the elder Shariputra, "If you travel westward from here, passing 100,000 kotis of Buddha lands, you will come to the land called utmost bliss, where there is a Buddha named Amitabha. He is living there now, teaching the Dharma." Shariputra, why is that land called utmost bliss? The beings in that land suffer no pain whatsoever, but only enjoy the fullest happiness. For this reason, that land is called utmost bliss. Again, Shariputra, in the land of utmost bliss, there are 7 rows of balustrades, 7 rows of decorative nets, and 7 rows of trees. They are all made of 4 kinds of jewels and extend over the whole land, encompassing everything. For this reason, that land is called utmost bliss. Again, Shariputra, in the land of utmost bliss, there are 7 jeweled ponds filled with water, possessing the 8 excellent qualities. The beds of the ponds are covered solely with gold sand, and from the far sides of each bed rise stairs of gold, silver, beryl, and crystal. Above these stand pavilions adorned with gold, silver, beryl, crystal, sapphire, rosy pearls and cornelian. In the ponds are lotuses as large as chariot wheels, the blue ones radiating a blue light, the yellow a yellow light, the red a red light, and the white a white light. They are marvelous and beautiful, fragrant and pure. Shariputra, the land of utmost bliss, is filled with such splendid adornments. Again, Shariputra, in that Buddha land, heavenly music is played continually. The ground is made of gold. 6 times during the day and night, mandarava flowers rain down from the sky. Every day, in the serenity of early morning, the people of that land fill the hems of their robes with exquisite flowers and go to make offerings to 100,000 kotis of Buddhas dwelling in the worlds of all the other directions. Then they return to the pure land for their morning meal. After the meal, they enjoy a stroll. Shariputra, the land of utmost bliss, is filled with such splendid adornments. Again, Shariputra, in that land there are always many kinds of rare and beautiful birds of various colors, such as white geese, peacocks, parrots, sharis, kalabinkas, and jibakas. 6 times during the day and night, birds sing with melodious and delicate sounds, which proclaim such teachings as the 5 roots of good, the 5 powers, the 7 practices leading to enlightenment, and the noble eightfold path. On hearing them, all the people of that land become mindful of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. But, Shariputra, you should not assume that these birds are born as retribution for evil karma. The reason is that none of the 3 evil realms exists in that Buddha land. Shariputra, even the names of the 3 evil realms do not exist there. How much less the realms themselves. These birds are manifested by Amitabha, so that their singing can proclaim and spread the Dharma. In that Buddha land, Shariputra, when soft breezes waft through the rows of jeweled trees and jeweled nets, they produce subtle, wonderful sounds. It is as if 100,000 musical instruments were playing together. Everyone who hears the sounds spontaneously becomes mindful of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Shariputra, in that Buddha land, is filled such splendid adornments. For what reason, Shariputra, do you think That Buddha is called Amitabha. Shariputra, the Buddha's light shines boundlessly and without hindrance over all the worlds of the 10 directions. It is for this reason that he is called Amitabha. Again, Shariputra, the lives of the Buddha and the people of his land last for innumerable, unlimited, and incalculable kalpas. It is for this reason that the Buddha is called Amitabha. Shariputra, 10 kalpas have passed since Amitabha attained enlightenment. Moreover, Shariputra, he has an immeasurable and unlimited number of Shravaka disciples. All of them are arhats, whose number cannot be reckoned by any means. His assembly of bodhisattvas is similarly vast. Shariputra, that Buddha land is filled with such splendid adornments. Again, Shariputra, all sentient beings born in the land of utmost bliss dwell in the stage of non-retrogression. Many of them are in the stage of becoming a Buddha after one more life. Their number is so great that it is beyond reckoning. It can only be described as innumerable, unlimited, and incalculable. Shariputra, those sentient beings who hear of that land should aspire to be born there. Why? Because they will be able to meet such sages of supreme virtue. Shariputra, one cannot attain birth in that land with few roots of good or a small store of merit. Shariputra, if a good man or woman who hears of Amitabha holds fast to his name, even for 1 day, 2 days, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 days, with a concentrated and undistracted mind, then at the hour of death, Amitabha will appear with a host of holy ones. Consequently, when their life comes to an end, the aspirants' minds will not fall into confusion, and so they will be born immediately in the land of utmost bliss of Amitabha. Shariputra, perceiving these benefits, I say, all sentient beings who hear of this teaching should aspire to birth in that land. Shariputra, just as I praise the inconceivable virtue of Amitabha, so do the Buddhas in the eastern direction, as numerous as the sons of the river Ganga, such as Akshobhya Buddha, Merudvaja Buddha, Mahameru Buddha, Meru Prabhasa Buddha, Manjusvara Buddha. While dwelling in their own lands, they extend their long, broad tongues and, encompassing with them the universe of 1,000 million worlds, pronounce these words of truth. May all sentient beings accept this sutra, which glorifies the inconceivable blessings of Sukhavati, which is favored and protected by all the Buddhas. Shariputra, there are, in the southern direction, Buddhas as numerous as the sands of the river Ganga, such as Chandrasurya Prapida Buddha, Yashasprabha Buddha, Mahakriskanda Buddha, Meruprapida Buddha, Anatavirya Buddha. While dwelling in their own lands, they extend their long, broad tongues and, encompassing with them the universe of 1,000,000,000 worlds, pronounce these words of truth. May all sentient beings accept this sutra, which glorifies the inconceivable blessings of Sukhavati, which is favored and protected by all the Buddhas. Shariputra, there are, in the western direction, Buddhas as numerous as the sands of the river Ganga, such as Amitabha Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, Mahaprabha Buddha, Mahaprabhasa Buddha, Ratnatketu Buddha, and Sudha Kashmira Prabha Buddha. While dwelling in their own lands, they extend their long, broad tongues, and, encompassing with them the universe of 1,000,000,000 worlds, pronounce these words of truth. May all sentient beings accept this sutra, which glorifies the inconceivable blessings of Sukhavati, and which is favored and protected by all the Buddhas. Shariputra, there are, in the northern direction, Buddhas as numerous as the sands of the river Ganga, such as Arkriskanda Buddha, Vaisnavaraviskoskasa Buddha, Duspradarsa Buddha, Aditshambhava Buddha, Jalini Prabha Buddha. While dwelling in their own lands, they extend their long, broad tongues, and, encompassing with them the universe of 1,000,000,000 worlds, pronounce these words of truth. May all sentient beings accept this sutra, which glorifies the inconceivable blessings of Sukhavati, which is favored and protected by all the Buddhas. Shariputra, in the nadir, there are Buddhas as numerous as the sands of the river Ganga, such as Simha Buddha, Yashas Buddha, Yashas Prabhasa Buddha, Dharma Buddha, Dharmavajja Buddha, Dharmadara Buddha. While dwelling in their own lands, they extend their long, broad tongues, and, encompassing with them the universe of 1,000,000,000 worlds, pronounce these words of truth. May all sentient beings accept this sutra, which glorifies the inconceivable blessings of Sukhavati, and which is favored and protected by all the Buddhas. Shariputra, there are in the zenith Buddhas as numerous as the sands of the river Ganga, such as Brahmagosha Buddha, Naksha Raja Buddha, Gadho Tamma Buddha, Gada Prabhasa Buddha, Maharkiskanda Buddha, Ratna Kusama Sampust Katabunka Gatra Buddha, Shalendra Raja Buddha, Ratnopalasri Buddha, Sarva Tadarsha Buddha, and Sumerokalpa Buddha. While dwelling in their own lands, they extend their long, broad tongues, and encompassing with them the universe of 1,000 million worlds, pronounce these words of truth. May all sentient beings accept this sutra, which glorifies the inconceivable blessings of Sukhavati, and which is favored and protected by all the Buddhas. Shariputra, why do you think this teaching is called the Sutra of Protection by all Buddhas? Shariputra, all good men and women who hear this sutra and hold fast to it, and also those who hear the names of those Buddhas, are protected by all the Buddhas and dwell in the stage of non-retrogression for realizing highest, perfect enlightenment. And this is why, Shariputra, you should accept my words in faith and the teachings of all the Buddhas. Shariputra, those who have already aspired, now aspire, or in the future will aspire to be born in the land of Amitabha Buddha, all dwell in the stage of non-retrogression for realizing highest, perfect enlightenment. They have already been born, are now being born, or will be born in that land. Hence, Shariputra, good men and women of faith should aspire to be born there. Shariputra, just as I now praise the inconceivable virtue of other Buddhas, they also praise my inconceivable virtue, saying, Sakyamuni Buddha, you have accomplished an extremely difficult and unprecedented task in this Saha world during the evil period of the 5 defilements, those of time, views, passions, sentient beings, and lifespan. You have attained highest, perfect enlightenment, and for the sake of sentient beings have delivered this teaching, which is the most difficult in the world to accept in faith. Shariputra, you must realize that I have accomplished this difficult task during the period of the 5 defilements. That is to say, having attained highest perfect enlightenment, I have, for the sake of the world, delivered this teaching, which is so hard for people to accept in faith. This is indeed an extremely difficult task. When the Buddha had delivered this sutra, Shariputra, and all the monks, together with beings of the whole world, including devas, humans, and asuras, rejoiced at what they had heard and reverently accepted it. Having made their obeisances to the world-honored one, they departed. The end of the smaller Amitabha Sutra delivered by Sakyamuni Buddha.